everybody, Erin here with my friend Dora.
Hi.
This is our first night here in Bhutan. We're doing a homestay in the town of Ha, and had the cool opportunity to take a traditional hot stone bath, which I'll give you a tour of in a minute because it was really unique and interesting. But I was talking to Dora, who grew up in Malaysia, and she said that they take herbal hot baths with like special flowers and things like that there too. And I was like really surprised because when growing up in the U.S. when we were a kid and we had baths, it was like bubble bath or like fake colors, and like everything was like glittery and purple and like artificial smells and things like that. So this concept of like taking a bath with like real medicinal herbs and things like that is totally different than what I'm used to. So yeah, tell us a little bit about like baths when you were a kid.
Okay. Yeah. So like what Erin said, I came from Malaysia. So as we were doing the hot stone bath last night, then it reminded me of like what my parents used to make us do, and that was usually when like say after we fall sick and after recovering from it, or if something bad happens, then they will collect some flowers from our neighbor's house, who is an Indian family, which is actually very similar to the flowers that we used last night, those yellow little flowers that has a nice smell. And they believe that it will like maybe chase the bad luck away and like cleanses, so it's very similar to the belief that they have here in Bhutan.
Was it like these ones here?
No, I don't think it's this one. The tree is quite tall.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, you know how Indian families, they have like different kinds of flowers that they used to like put it on a tray and like it's those flowers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's switch the view and I'll kind of show you how this all how the setup is and stuff like that, because it's cool how they put the stones in when you're like sitting in the tub and you feel like you're boiling. So let me give you a little tour of what the hot stone bath looks like in the daytime, because last night it was way too dark to show you around. So this is where there was a big fire going and in this pit, and they were heating up presumably the rocks, and they had these little pincher dealies. And then this is the building where the tubs are. So you take the rocks from the fire and dump a couple in here beforehand, so it was hot to start with, and then every like 10-15 minutes they'd say more rocks, and you could say yes or no if it was too hot or not. And let's open up here. You can see it's a little dark, but these tubs are wooden tubs, and so the front part, if you can see, has access to the outside where you could put the hot rocks in, and then you're sitting right inside. So when the rocks go in, it starts to sizzle and it sounds like it's boiling. And I felt a little bit like Bugs Bunny with in the episode when they're turning him into soup. Did you find the flower store? We were looking around outside to see if we can figure out what flowers. Oh, here's some on the ground, but I think they must have been from the garden, like that kind. Yeah. So there was different flowers, and then there's like cut up herbs and things like that. I think it was this plant, maybe.
Mix it up with some green color.
Yeah, it was a few different things. When you started, it kind of was just floating in there, and by the end of it, it had made like a tea, like a fragrant tea that you were sitting in, basically. It got transferred, and you could squish them up and release some of the aroma and things like that. So overall, very relaxing and nice experience, and cool to take part in their traditional hot stone baths, because they believe that there's some natural healing powers involved in doing that. And it's built right here into a lot of the houses. So last time I was here and we were trekking through different villages and things like that, you could see that they, like, a lot of the houses had this right in their yard. So it's not just like a spa thing or like an unusual thing. Like, it's actually part of how they build their houses. So I hope you found this concept interesting like I did, and when I get home I think I'm going to try a bath with maybe some herbs, like some fresh mint or something like that, which I have in my garden. I found some here too, instead of the bubble bath, and see how that goes. Maybe you try it too and let me know what you think.